Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we are going to be doing another highlights video of my POV from the race. If you haven't watched the last video I did, basically it's just like this. Now I'm not doing highlights anymore if you didn't watch the last video, so I mean highlights from like a commentator's POV, maybe on the American GT Challenge Network channel, which you can subscribe to if you want to see HATC content. But basically this race was fun. I started on the front row for the first time, I think, since season 2 or season 1, which this is season 4, like the start of season 4, so really that was huge for me. But you're gonna see that I had some up and downs, a lot of strategy comes into play and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys then. So here we are for the start here. You're gonna see that we're lining up in second place, and we kind of get a good start here on AMS SpongeBob, but we're gonna round board with Phil here. There's us in like that darkest blue. Now look at what happens here. So we just get hit from Phil there. That we got super unlucky there, but we're able to rejoin. I thought I was going to make contact with someone rejoining, but luckily I didn't, and we rejoin back in 5th, which kind of sucks. Then we have someone go on our inside there. I think you can kind of see us there, but then we lose another position, I think, to Connor Owens. And you see here a pretty bad start, but really nothing we could have done there. Maybe we could have battled Porsche a little bit more, but we're still in the fight. It's not like we got taken out or spun out on lap 1. Luckily in this race, you're gonna see that sometimes we get very lucky. So here we are on the same lap, on lap 1. We're gonna make a move on Porsche into the chicane here. And really usually don't want to make a move, but we had such a run I didn't want to waste it. Plus we need to catch up to the guys in front, but watch this, we get tapped. Oh my goodness. And then he kind of sends us, and then we actually get a time penalty from that. There we go, there's that 0.5 second time penalty. I'll pull out a replay real quick, but sadly we got a 0.5 second time penalty, and I believe we dropped back down to 8th. I believe. Here we go, yeah. And we do, so I'll pull up the replay. So here's Porsche's POV of almost the accident. Luckily I was able to save it. We're gonna see here we're ahead in the corner. He kinda outbrakes me, but then he kinda makes that move, and I don't think he should have been there. And I think Porsche I went off into the thing, but if we round board with me here, watch this. So we get that tap, and I Tokyo drifted. Luckily I save it, but I went over that curb way too much, so I got a penalty for no reason, which, you know, I think I might tell the stewards about that one. But yeah, we get a 0.5 second time penalty, and we drop down to 8th. So then round 2 of this fight, you can see that is Porsche in front of us, the same guy that almost took us out in the chicane, and we go around the outside into the chicane on the backstretch here, and I think, yep, there's us, and we make the move perfectly fine, and I don't think he goes for another move. Yeah, he just backs off, and here we are. Now we're on the back bumper of Taha, but we're not able to get a good enough run. You see here in this corner, you can't really pass on the outside. You're gonna see here, I try to, but I don't think, yeah, I don't have enough momentum. So really that turn is very hard in terms of, and then we make a little bit of contact, but luckily we don't hit him too bad. So here's I think my most sketchy part of the race for me. Look at this. So we get a huge run, and we go 3 wide here, and then we go 2 wide then, and I think I push Sponge here because I really want to get out of this mess. But luckily we keep it clean, and stuff like that. So we push Sponge, but I believe, I'm not sure, let's round board with me. You can see here that there's Taha, but I think I just back off here. And then, I think that's Ram actually. And you can actually see I hit the wall. I'm not sure. And then we try to make a move on Taha once again, but really you can't make a move without a lot of momentum. Let's see what happened here. So you see that's us in front in the inside lane, and then he gets a massive run on us because we backed off of that move. And I think Taha was actually going a little bit slower, so I really just backed off so much that it just ruined, like, it just probably caught Ram off guard there. So here's us, we're once again back on the back bumper of Taha here. Sponge goes a little bit wide here, but I think he's gonna make a move. Yup, there's us on the outside, and he gets a better exit, but actually we get kind of squeezed on that exit. Let's rewind that a little bit. I remember this. So we go on the outside here, and then we kind of get pushed off. Not really, it wasn't really aggressive, but he left us just about the right amount of room that you give someone, just about, but I still was able to touch the grass. And then we once again go for the move. They go a little bit wide. I think Sponge is on now our inside here, I believe. Now I know that he sometimes pushes people off, and you can see right in the corner he actually pushes me a little bit off. But we're still side by side. But I think I back off into the chicane here. Yup, I do. And really, now I'm pushing Sponge. Now what I'm trying to do here is bump draft him. Now you don't hear that a lot in this series, but because we have Daytona now, bump drafting is so important, and I think we definitely caught up to Taha a lot. But I wasn't willing to make a move into that chicane once again if I had to. Now on that same lap, I come into the pits. Now you can actually see that we're still on the track for a while until we came in, so I was like, oh, should I come in, should I not? Because in the Division 2 race earlier, if you pit way earlier, you got a huge undercut on the people in front, since the soft tires are they're basically only for qualifying. You don't use them as much. So I was trying to undercut these guys, but what I didn't know is that some of these guys in front were actually on the hard tires. So they wouldn't be pitting until lap 20. Right now we're on lap 6. So really, we get a little bit of fuel now. I was very scared on how much fuel we were going to make, because right now I think the fuel is at 16 or 17 laps, which meant that we had to save around 3 laps. I mean, yeah, 3 laps. So, and then we rejoin right in Ram, which I thought I didn't know that I wrecked him into the chicane there. I don't think I really wrecked him. I think he just got off guard there. But we rejoined in 11th place, but like I said before, it's going to be a while until we're actually going to get back into like where we were before the pit stops, because a lot of people were on the hard tires. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of overtakes of me trying to pass these guys in front. But yeah, we had to save 3 laps, so I think I switched my fuel mix to 2, not like 6 right away, because we're still trying. Because what I thought at this moment that we were actually going to undercut these guys in front, so I didn't want to go into a low fuel mode, because I want to try to go as fast as possible, but I also kind of want to fuel save as well. So riding on board with Ram here, that's me in front with the, I think that's the Jeremy Clarkson reference. I kind of get the names confused, but you can see it says Powa. So he has a lot of momentum here, but I think he goes to the outside. Yeah. No, he actually pushes me a little bit. I don't know if he thought that I was going on the outside or what. But you can see here he's on the back bumper. He goes for the inside here. But I think I back off, because really this corner, it's kind of, yeah, you can see he kind of closes me. But yeah, I just back off there. And I know that he's a little bit faster than me, but later in the race you're kind of going to see maybe he's not, maybe he is. So now earlier in the lap, Ram actually passed the guy in front. I believe it's Batman, so we'll be calling him Batman. That's his PSN, but his nickname isn't. Luckily, I believe he gets a penalty. You can't see it right here, but yeah, he does. So luckily, he gets to slow down, and we actually get past him with no... Really, my main worry was trying to pass him and lose a lot of seconds. Ram was on his back bumper for so many laps, so I got super lucky that I got a penalty, and now we're approaching the halfway point in the race. And really, we're just chilling behind Ram. As now we got the Supra power here, We're gonna go straight past Ram here. Nothing Ram can do. We just go just right past, and really he's not even able to attack. So I think what happened there was he got kind of a horrible exit on the chicane, which is super, and I mean super important. And really that kind of screwed him in the end. But then he kind of goes on my back bumper. Luckily he doesn't punt me off, because really I've already kind of been punted off, so really I didn't want that happening again. But yeah, he doesn't attack, and I think he just follows me for the rest of the lap. Here we are on lap 21. Right now we're in 4th position, so many people have pitted. So then we have this guy on the back bumper. I don't want to try to pronounce his name. So he goes for a move, but then he goes way too deep. Then we go right past him. And he's way faster than us for sure. He's on the medium tires, we're on the hards. And then he goes, makes a move into the horseshoe here. Kind of bumps me a little bit, I think. But then he gets a move done, and really, that's the last time I saw him. Really, he was way faster. Like I said before, he was on the mediums. And we go back to 5th place. So, really, we couldn't do anything there. But we did battle a little bit. I kind of blocked him sometimes, didn't block him. It was a lot of fun with him. He's actually pretty new. He's actually trying to get his GT Super license, so really he's trying his best to try to get as many points as possible so he can graduate as quickly as possible. So really, and he's in that Ford, which is super fast around here too. I think Toyota is fast too, but you know, that Chevy is also really fast. But I think Sponge, I'm not sure, I think he's in the Chevy. Yeah, so he's in 3rd place right now. He started on the same row as me, so he's in 3rd. And yeah, basically lap 22 26, so I think we have like 5 laps to go. And right now my fueling was, it was interesting. I sometimes had to go into fuel mix 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, because we were right on the line, and I knew that we're gonna try to not save too much. You can see a little bit of lag there, but yeah, you can see that you can't really see from here, but really we were right on the edge in terms of fuel. And then here we are. Now you're probably wondering, wait, who's attacking you? No one. No one is attacking me. You're about to say I think my only mistake from this race. And yeah. Now luckily, we kind of keep it on the grass, but a little bit of an unsafe rejoin. Sorry Taha about that. But yeah, a little bit of an unsafe rejoin from my side, to be honest. Really, we still keep it straight. That's all that matters. And really, I was like, oh, I screwed up this top 5. But you're gonna see that, did I screw it up? Maybe. And you can see that Taha, I think, is having the same problems. I think he's on actually the same strategy as me, and he is really struggling. You see that really Craftic and Redline are really out of sight. They're not really a factor in this race. And once again, I'm on the back bumper Taha. So earlier in the race, I was actually on this back bumper. Now I have a really good momentum, and we're going to take the outside line here, sweep right past him, coming on to 2 laps to go here. We're still side by side, I think he might still make the move here, try to defend. I think he just backs off a little bit. I think he's waiting for me to go a little bit wide, but luckily I don't. And yeah, now this is gonna go on to the final lap and stuff. And really still, I'm still having problems with fuel saving. Really this Toyota is not like the Porsche. I'm very new to this car. Usually the Porsche is super good with fuel saving, but this Toyota, it's not really bad, but it's just not as good as that Porsche. So here we are on the final lap, and you can see here Taha, so right now that's me in front. We actually go into fuel mix 6 here to make sure that we fuel save a lot. I don't know why is that my hazards? I don't know if my hazards are on, but we're in fuel mix 6 right now, and Taha this is the final lap, and really I think we're still in fuel mix. I think we're in fuel mix 2 now. Really I could have fuel saved a little bit more, but right now we're both struggling. But you can see that he actually catches up a lot. So right now we're trying our hardest to fuel save still, but also increase that gap so it gets out of my draft. Because we've seen close finishes here today. Not here today, but here in the series last season, we had a very close finish, I think, last lap pass. So, and it was because someone ran out of fuel. So I didn't want to be that victim. SRT wins the race, and congrats to him for his second win in a row. We have a pretty bad chicane here. Luckily we don't get a penalty, because that would have ruined our race if we did. But you can see here, look at how much he's catching. He's abusing that draft here. We're in like fuel mix 6, I believe. And then we switch back, because I know he's catching. And then he's catching so much here. And luckily we get a top 5 here in Daytona, and then a little bit of lag. Luckily that lag didn't happen before the line, but holy smokes, that was one of the most intense races I've ever been through, especially qualifying. My heart was racing to get that front row, but luckily we get the top 5. It's not podium, but it's definitely just a good point stay for me in the team, for a new team. And really, if you didn't notice, I actually brought back my old paint scheme from like season 1, so it was really fun. I didn't know that you could transfer liveries. I didn't know how to. I know that you could. But we finished in the race in 5th. That's before penalty, so hopefully we don't get a penalty to ruin that, because if we get even any type of penalty, any type of time penalty, we're basically screwed. But you can see there that really we had a really fun race. That was really fun racing with Taha. Throughout the whole race I was racing with him from the start to the end, and it was just a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully at Watkins Glen. I know there's a curb glitch there. I'm not sure if we're gonna change the track there, but I think we might just race at Watkins Glen to end off our races at North America, and then we go to Interlagos. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.